Hello folks and welcome to Foxhole. I will be playing logistics today, at least that's the idea. Alright, so for me, step one is going to be getting a radio. And equipping it, you just click to equip things. Step two is getting a truck. And I'm at a depot, so. Step three would be finding a place that needs supply. Don't forget to lock your truck. If you don't lock your truck, bad things happen. You'll also need to fuel the truck, but I know where there's fuel in this town, so. And you can fuel your truck by hand if you want to. I got fuel from the refinery. There's often liquid containers that you can refill from as well. And if you're going to do that, you need to press this button right here, refuel. You have to be near a liquid container though that has fuel in it, your type of fuel. Otherwise you have to change your fuel out. And if you need to change your fuel, you press this button. And you can also use that button to get your fuel back out of your truck instantly if you wanted to. So my favorite thing to transport is B-mats because they run out really quickly if there's any builders in the area. So they're always needed pretty much. Somebody actually asked on a map post for B-mats. I kind of blocked this guy in. There you go. So I'm holding shift and clicking right now to get 3 crates at a time. It's the fastest that I know of that you can do it with just a truck. I think there was a cheese method with like a train or something that you could grab more quicker. But we now have a full truck. I have a radio on me, and that's basically all you need. You can take a rifle or something with you, because I'm going to the front line. And you will have a chance of running into partisans. It's a little risky because of this vehicle, but it's definitely not something to worry about massively. It just means that there was a partisan there at some point, probably. So, but probably not right now. So it's probably safe. I always like to double check my routes when I'm this close, just to make sure there's no green dots or vehicles. Trying to take a little short route here. Oh yeah. Alright, double check the routes. This is where we want to go. The guys who said they need B-mats. Still nobody's giving them B-mats. And they're almost out at the one place I did see they had them. Yep. So looks like they're all blue dots here, so it should be safe to go through. I'm going to try and go through here. Hopefully that doesn't equal death. There are no watchtowers there, so we just have to assume. Checking one more time. That's blue, so that means it's probably clear. This is the part that can get nerve-wracking, because this is where everything you've done can go wrong. But most of the time I'm able to run blockades. I've had runs though where I couldn't get through, and you gotta remember, if you can't get through, maybe try a different zone or try and go through the grass. Go somewhere they won't expect a truck to come through from. We are almost there. Being asked to join a regiment. Alright. We have made it to the town base, submitted the supplies. Set your spawn points here and then small garrison. That'll always help them out. And also that means if you die here, you can just respawn here and try and get your truck back. It's always good. And I don't like to look at map at all when I'm in possible partisan territory, like once I'm actually like dead center in it like this, where there's no watchtowers here, nobody to help me out. This would be like exactly where the partisans would want to be if they knew that. But I think we're going to get out clean. And then once we're around friendly buildings, that's why I like to look at map. Alright, so that's our defenses. I can kind of just... I'll go ahead and just stop here. And I'll take a look and see if... Let's see, what do they need? Let's first look, where can I get supplies from? This is a seaport. It has supplies, so we'll head there. And then once we're at the seaport, we're going to check what we could get those guys. Obviously more BMATs, because they only have 1.5k BMATs, and 2 BMAT runs in a row for a place that was empty is perfectly reasonable in my opinion, especially if there's people there. If there's nobody there, then I wouldn't supply it. And sometimes people have gotten mad at me for supplying a place that has not a lot of people. So there's something to keep in mind. Try and look for a lot of blue dots when you're looking for places to supply, because they're going to be the places that need more Logi guys to take care of them. Looks like they could use weapons and ammo. They have some ammo, but they could use more. They have no grenades or gas grenades, so I get them a little bit of both. Looks like they're low on anti-tank and mammons. Although they do have RPG rounds. I just don't see any RPGs. Alright, grab them some basic stuff for the infantry and we will go. Alright, just gonna check real quick. Intelligence. What's the situation? Looks like it's under control. Looks like we're about what we were at last time, so. Alright, another nice clean run. Beep beep. Alright, looks like they could still use more bee mats. So we'll get some of those. I think they got enough rifles for now. Maybe more grenades. Still low on mammons. So we'll get some of that. Looks like their medical guys are actually out of medicine for the most part, other than bandages. So we're gonna grab them some bags. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll just scrunch up on the thing. Yeah, there you go. I may have canceled my grab. No, I haven't. So it's all good. Gonna try and get out of these guys way soon. I'm gonna grab 2 things of plasma, and probably 1 more thing of bandages would be useful for them. And I gotta quickly get out of these guys' way. So when you're out of time and you gotta get out of people's way, I just grab B mats because it's always needed. Just a couple of B mats, a couple hundred B mats doesn't hurt on any run. So that's my go-to. I don't know what I want to do. Shirts can also be like that. Unless if they got like 500 shirts or something. I guess you could say the same about B mats. Unless if they've got like 5,000 B mats, it's okay to bring a couple. I do actually find this one of the most enjoyable and relaxing things to do in Foxhole. You can listen to music while you do this. You can listen to, like, if you have like a podcast like YouTube channel or something that you want to listen to, anything you listen to that you don't have to look at. Driving around as a Logi guy, Frontline Logi guy, is super good. Because most of your time is driving, unless if you're having a hard time picking stuff out. But eventually, most of your time should be just driving around. It's kind of fun when you got a little like convoy going right now. I wonder what he's bringing. That's part of the reason why I don't just unless if it's B mats, I don't bring just one item with me, not like 15 crates of the same thing. Because you never know what other Logi bros are gonna bring with them, and it'd be bad business if you brought 15. If like 4 guys brought 15 crates of shirts to the same place to try and supply it, because it was somewhat low. Now I also like to try and pick just one place to supply, because I know they have a forward bunker right now, but if we're just supplying that middle one, then if something happens to the forward bunker, you know, we still have that relic base. And also I can keep a better eye on what supplies is needed if we're not spreading around every single bunker or whatnot. But now with the medical supplies I've gathered there, I think they should be able to fulfill the medic role, unless if they need uniforms. Uniforms is something that's always forgotten. It's like a last thought for everybody until they realize they need one. So it took me a while to figure out what uniforms are useful, at least for me. Personally, I just use the tanker uniform, the engineer uniform, and the medic uniform. I don't really use the other ones. I've used the Grenadier uniform actually before, so but I only use the Grenadier uniform if I'm very comfortable with the area, like there's just AI, there's no enemies, and that guy's running around with a grenade or something in his hand. But yeah, that's basically what it's like to be a Logi guy. And well, folks, well, actually, one more thing. When you're done being a Logi guy, try to bring your truck back to a depot. It doesn't need to be the one you brought it to, like the one you got it from, rather. But like if you like the depot I'm getting supplies from, that would be the perfect place for me to get and put the truck in, because there's supplies there. Someone else could use the truck. It would be right there, then they don't have to spawn in the back line. I always spawn in the back line, for my first trip, so I can get the trucks from the back line to the front faster. And even if no one else uses it, something that could be really handy is if you die and you know you're not getting your truck back because your truck's dead or something, you could just respawn here from the map. Now to put your truck in here, you just submit vehicle. Something I forgot to do is when you submit a vehicle, you should change the fuel out so you can keep the fuel canister. In my case, I did not do that. That's alright. There's no fuel here, so that actually is unfortunate. Something to not forget either is radios are fairly expensive. I mean, I think they're like 20 BMATs because it's 5 per crate, and I think the crates are like 100, maybe 200, so maybe it's 50 BMATs, something. I don't know. But it's a good rule of thumb to look for the closest. It's a good rule of thumb to look for the closest safe house or like just building that you can put a single radio in that's not the seaport, because seaport's not meant to hold single items. So this safe house will do. So we'll run there. And we'll just put it in there. And if you want to, you can submit all to stockpile, and then all the stuff's in there. But yeah, that's basically how I do Logi. Well, folks, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.